Hi, Kiahi Palayo here, and in the past we've discussed how to properly price a property. And today we're going to talk about those 6 things that you shouldn't, and I'm going to underline shouldn't, take into account when pricing a property that you're selling. So let's jump right into it. So there are 6 things you shouldn't do. Number 1, how much you paid for the property. Doesn't matter. In a market that we're in today, you might be even, you might be up a little bit, or you might be incrementally down from what you paid a few years ago. Just because you paid $750,000 doesn't mean that you're going to get it today. And you want to rely on your real estate professional to tell you where the market is today. So, number 1, how much you paid doesn't matter. Number 2, how much you want or how much you need, right? And this is important because many times I'll sit down with sellers and gosh, I paid $750,000 and I want $850,000. Well, that may or may not be reality. Just because you want it doesn't mean that you're going to get it. And it shouldn't drive your pricing strategy because price is really important to how much you get in the long run from the sale. Sometimes a lower price will get you more money. So what you want, not relevant. Number 2, what you need under this item. I need to get this much money because I'm opening a business. Well, there may be a relationship between your price and what you need, and there may not. The bottom line is the market's going to drive what you get again. And then finally, under this area, kind of between what you need and what you want is, well, I'm buying a $1.4 million house and I want a mortgage on that house of X, which means I need to get a price of this much. No relationship between what you're paying for your next house and what your current home will sell for. So that's number 2. Number 3, what your friends and family think you should sell for. Well, my dad, my aunt, my mom, my uncle, my brother, my best friend said that I should price at this. First of all, are they real estate professionals? Second of all, do you really want them overriding the professional that you're hiring to sell your home for you, and that you're paying a lot of money to do so? No relationship between what they say you should get and what you're actually going to get and where you should price your home. Now, number 4, let's see what it is. How much your neighbor sold for, all right? Gosh, well, my neighbor sold for $1.4 million. It may or may not be relevant again. When was the sale? What was their house like? Was it nicer than yours? Does your house smell like a dog, right? Literally smell like a dog. And if their house sold 24 months ago, 30 months ago, when interest rates were down, they were going to get more money than what you would get today. Your current home may be at $1,350,000, may be at $1,299,000. Just because your neighbor sold at $1,400,000 doesn't mean that you should get $1,400,000 either. And then number 5, tax assessed value, or TAV. Tax assessed value is for your taxes. Cities will tell you it's only for determining taxes. It's not the value of your home. Now, tax assessed value generally comes in a broad range of value and will put your home within the range where it should be, all right? Sometimes it's high, as in declining markets, and sometimes it's low, as in rising markets. But it's just a ballpark value, and in my opinion, you shouldn't rely on it because it's not accurate and it may lead to you getting less money. Then finally, I've had this happen. Well, we had an appraisal done and the appraiser says that our property should be priced here. And when we look at the market, sometimes I come in at a lower price. And here's the challenge with appraisers. They need data closed data to support the value they come up with. And that means they need closed sales that they can hang their hat on and from there derive a value for your property. They can't use active sales. They can't use pending sales. They can't use a gut instinct that the market is declining or rising. It's kind of like them trying to drive forward only looking in the rearview mirror. And they can only look to the past. That's why sometimes appraisals are not the best way to come up with a value. Also, they're expensive. And if you're trying to decide, do I want to get an appraisal to come up with the value of my property? I would say save the money. Get a professional that you trust, have them come in, take a look at your value and recommend a value. Save the $800 because many times there's no relationship between the appraisal and what the property will actually sell for today. So those are the 6 things that you should not take into account when pricing your home. Now, if you have a specific question or you're thinking about hiring a broker and you want to know how to approach the pricing and you need a sounding board, feel free to call me or reach out to me in all the ways that you can. And I'm happy to chat with you about what your needs are and help advise you on what direction you may want to take the pricing. Also, if you have any other questions about real estate or anything in general, reach out to me. In the meantime, you have a great day.